Everyone joining us today. I'm Archana R from MANAGE-FISHub team, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the fifth session of the MANAGE-FISHub FISHTech webinar series organized by MANAGE-FISHub in collaboration with Kerala University of Fisheries and Ocean Studies, Kochi. The MANAGE Fisheries Innovation and Startup Hub is a national level incubation and innovation hub at the National Institute of Agricultural Extension Management, Hyderabad, supported by Department of Fisheries, Government of India, under Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. Through MANAGE-FISHub, we provide structured incubation support, mentoring, and capacity building programs to enable innovators and startups to scale their ideas into a sustainable and impactful ventures. In 2025, MANAGE-FISHub successfully implemented 7 programs and conducted 76 expert-led sessions and reached over 1,500 participants from 25 states and union territories across the country. Building on this strong foundation, the MANAGE-FISHub FISHTech webinar series was launched to improve technology dissemination and knowledge sharing by connecting fisheries research institutions directly with those working at the field level. It is being conducted from 21st January to 30th January in collaboration with Kerala University of Fisheries and Ocean Studies, Kochi. Now, to formally introduce today's resource person, I would like to invite Mr. Santosh Kumar from MANAGE-FISHub.
Thank you, Archana. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Santosh Kumar from the MANAGE-FISHub team. I'm so honored to introduce the speaker of today's session, Professor Radhika Rajashree ma'am. Professor Radhika Rajashree ma'am, Dean, Faculty of Ocean Science and Technology, Head of the Department of Fish Processing Technology, and Director of the Atal Incubation Center at Kerala University of Fisheries and Ocean Studies, Kochi. She brings over 25 years of expertise in marine bio-waste valorization, bioactive compounds, and sustainable food and biomedical innovations. Her research spans collagen-based foods, bioactive hydrogels, biodegradable polymers, and seaweed-derived materials for eco-friendly seafood packaging. She has also led several national and international projects funded by DPT, TST, Ministry of Science, ICR, UGC, and other major agencies with over 80 plus peer-reviewed publications, 2,000 plus citations, and an Hutch index of around 21. As a recipient of multiple honors and including the DST Woman Scientist Award, Dr. Radhika ma'am is also an US FDA, AFDO, HACCP trainer and a committed mentor who has guided numerous PhD and master scholars in advancing the sustainable marine technology in our fisheries sector. With this brief introduction, I hand over the session to Dr. Radhika Rajashree ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Santosh, for an elaborative introduction about me. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible, ma'am.
Actually, from your side, the voice was breaking continuously. That's why I'm asking. Any disruption is there?
No, ma'am, no kind of. Everything's fine.
Am I fully audible to you?
You're audible.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, thank you, Manage, for giving me an opportunity as well as Dr. I'm very much thankful to Dr. Sharavana Raj also. Sir has given us an opportunity to conduct MANAGE-FISHTech webinar, and the topic is on seaweed-based value-added products. So I feel that I am totally audible to you, and you know very well that seaweeds are nowadays seaweed is quite rich for everyone in the country, especially why seaweeds now and why. Definitely, the layman will have an option, have some doubts like whether seaweeds were available before or are they going to cultivate now only. Okay, so seaweeds are the bioresources almost all over the world. Almost 2000 years back, seaweeds were there and seaweeds were cultivating continuously. According to known reports, there are about 12,000 to 15,000 seaweeds are available all over the world, and which includes a larger amount of Rhodophyceae family. Around 7,200 taxa were there in Rhodophyceae alone, as well as 2,000 taxa for Phaeophyceae and 1,800 taxa of Chlorophyceae. of which very few are being explored for the commercial application like food or feed, pharma, cosmetics, and agriculture materials. And another thing is that now many people know about the seaweeds as a fertilizer because it contains very high amount of NPK fertilizer, especially potash. And there is another thing also, it contains certain hormones like cytokinins, gibberellins, and auxins. So cytokinins is a plant hormone which helps very well for the cell division and also will helps in moisture retaining. So that is one of the important factor. And seaweeds are considered as one of the climate smart crop because you can very well cultivate in open ocean, and very few species are available in the freshwater, and no need of adding any other fertilizer for the seaweeds for its cultivation. And it helps almost 50% of the earth oxygen is supplemented by seaweeds only. And it supports a large amount of aquatic flora and fauna, like say for example the mollusks and echinoderms. Their larval rearing as well as fish breeding is also happening in the among the seaweed cultivation, especially in the kelp forest. They support large amount of aquatic fauna. And another thing is that it helps to reduce the eutrophication by absorbing large amount of reducing the pollution and absorbing large amount of nitrogen as well as phosphorus. That is another important factor of seaweeds. And over the period of time, the global market of seaweeds are gaining a momentum because of a very high amount of food hydrate. Because India has a longer coastline, about more than 11,000 kilometers, and we have a tropical diversity, any amount of species, because we are having around 865 species in our country. So there is a great chance for us to cultivate different varieties of species, and it creates a lot of job opportunities for the startups in our country. So this is an overall picture of seaweeds, which contain so many compounds, like as I said, vitamins, pigments, and all. And the notable merits of these compounds, because it contain different polysaccharides as well as vitamins and other minerals also. And it was shown that many of the species which are having compounds showing anti-cancer property as well as neuroprotective activity, and antioxidant property also, immunomodulatory effects as well as anti-thrombotic activity. So let us go into one by one. It contains very high amount of carbohydrates on dry weight basis, and on the basis of different species, different groups of seaweeds, it contain around 8.3 to up to 68.2 percentage of carbohydrates in certain species, and certain oligosaccharides from the sargassum. It can regulate the signaling pathways. So other than that, there are significant polysaccharides also different from different type of seaweeds, like red seaweeds or brown seaweeds. Based on the pigments, this classification is happening. And seaweed derived polysaccharides are eco-friendly and having diverse bioactivities also. And coming to proteins, there is a new source of protein from this plant source, like in green seaweeds contain from 0.4 to 32 percentage, up to 32 percentage in certain species. And in brown seaweeds it contains 42 percentage. For example, in the species like Alaria, which is available in temperate waters, and Laminaria digitata and all kelp species, the methionine content is 3 times higher than the soy protein. And the porphyra species contain a high amount of protein, which is somewhat on par with the fishes or eggs and soybeans and cereals. So certain acids like aspartic and certain proteins, they give glutamic acid, they give a very good umami flavor for the product, whatever food products which we are applying. So these are on par with the amount of protein is very much sufficient as per the FAO and WHO standards. And the lipids also contain in moderate amount, like arachidonic acid, linoleic acid, and DHA, EPA, etc. And these are also help to boost the brain health as well as modulate in inflammatory disease. And certain studies have shown that it prevents cardiovascular diseases also. And it is it contains major amount of group B vitamins, vitamin B12 especially. They are
Ma'am,
available in fucus as well as Pilelia species and Alba lactica, which are abundantly available in our coast. And
ma'am,
this can be used by the
excuse me, ma'am.
vegans as well as vegetarian diets. And it can be, but however, only one thing is that the amount of, because the high
Excuse me,
amount of
ma'am.
vitamins,
Yeah, ma'am.
uh,
Yeah,
hello?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sorry
Yeah,
to interrupt, but your slide is not visible. Can you again share your
slides.
slide? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just a minute. I will share it once again.
Yeah.
Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So do I need to repeat, or is this the only slide which you are seeing now?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Now only your slide is visible.
Okay.
You can carry, ma'am.
So is it moving?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah,
Okay. So these were the slides which I was showing. So if at all any the slides are not visible, please let me know.
sure, ma'am.
And coming to minerals, it contain minerals on the dry weight basis about 30 percentage, and the iodine content. Iodine is very high amount of iodine is available. So certain studies are happening in such a way that iodine can be extracted from the seaweeds. This is the global market of seaweed market, wherein which the annual CAGR is increasing, and it is expected to grow up to now the amount that is a US dollar. It is about 25.23 billion, and the CAGR is expected to grow 12.36% by 2032. And by the end of 2033, the commercial market is going to be much more higher. That is about 44.56 billion. So world production, there are major species. As per Sophia ranking, these are the major commercial species which are widely cultivated all over the world, like Laminaria species, Euchemia species, Gracilaria, Undaria pinnatifida, as well as nori products like Porphyra species and certain forms of Sargassum and Capaficus species also. So these are the major species which are available, and as you can see that Asia contribute the major share of global seaweeds, like about 97% of seaweeds are being cultivated and contributed by Asian market, especially China, and followed by Indonesia and South Korea, followed by Philippines and North Korea. But whereas Japan is the major importer and major consumer of the seaweed products. In this scenario, we can see that even though we are having very large amount of coastline, India is in the nascent condition, and we have started the cultivation almost 15 years back, but still we are yet to come into the picture of this exporting of seaweeds. Even though we are exporting certain value-added products like hydrocolloids, but we are not exporting seaweeds as such. So seaweeds are classified into different groups based on the pigment availability. That is chlorophyceae, it is known as a green algae, and phaeophyceae brown algae, and rhodophyceae red algae. There are a lot of products coming out of from red algae, like most important species which are available in our waters, because Capaficus is a non-native species but now widely cultivated in our country, as well as Gracilaria and Gelidilum also. It contains a very high amount of sulfated polysaccharides, and it is one of the primary source of certain compounds like agar and carrageenan. As you know, agar is widely used in pharmaceutical applications for microbial studies, as well as it is used as a gelling agent. And carrageenan has a widespread use like a thickener and stabilizer in dairy meat as well as plant-based food products. Nowadays, as per the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, Capaficus is one of the, along with the Gelidium and Gracilaria, Capaficus is the primary species which is going to cultivate it widely, especially in Tamil Nadu and Gujarat. And it is considered as the backbone of Indian carrageenan industry. Now coming to Gracilaria is Edulis as well as Gracilaria dura and Crassa is used for the agar production. and it is also used as a raw seaweeds for in some markets. So normally our fisherwomen, they cultivate and they dry the product, and they sell it to the secondary or middlemen. So there is a great opportunity for to make food grade colloids as well as nutraceutical formulation and pharmaceutical excipients. So these are the some of the species. It contain the pigment phycobilin. As I told, there are different, a very few amount of freshwater species also available up to the depth of like 200 plus freshwater species are available in certain parts of the world, and up to a depth of 250 meter. So coming to the brown seaweeds, that is a Phaeophyceae, it contain various amount of value-added compounds like alginates, picoidants, laminarin, and polyphenols, and mainly used for textile industry, and as well as for making dental dental implants, as well as wound dressings and food processing also, as a sodium alginate is very highly valued compound. It has various medicinal applications also, like antioxidant, antiviral, and anti-inflammatory properties. And it is also one of the major ingredient in making the biodegradable plastics. The species like sargassum are widely available in Tamil Nadu coast as well as Gujarat and Andaman Nicobar Islands. We can say that it is highly untapped biomass, because we cannot tap the entire wild biomass, because as it affects the sustainability, but we can explore the possibility of culture also. Coming to the value-added opportunities like pharma and nutraceutical extracts also can be can be produced, as well as it is used as a very good face for the facial applications like cosmetics also, and personal care products also, like making soaps. These brown seaweeds are being used, and it is also used as one of the biostimulant for the root growth, for root growth enhancement, as well as seaweed liquid fertilizer. So these are some of the species available in everywhere, different parts of the world, because you know that kelp forest, it expands up to 20 to 60, it grows up to 20 to 60 meter, is widely available in Australian and other waters, oceanic areas, but it is not available. But other species like Fucus and Scophilum, Dictyota, Sargassum whitey are widely available in our Indian coast. So coming to the green seaweeds, which major species belongs to Alba, Caulerpa, and other enteromorpha species. These are mainly used for salads because of the high amount of proteins, as well as minerals and vitamins and dietary fiber. It contains a functional polysaccharide known as alvan, and it is mainly used for the soups, making soup powders, as well as dried flakes. And seaweed laver is a major industry in European countries, as well as this is also used for making different type of salads. And the powdered forms are used for the health foods as well as functional food fortification. And it is shown that it helps to boost the gut health, as well as it is used as immunity supplements. There are different prospects of cultivating this particular species, especially Alba lactica and Alba reticulata, because this species is fast growing, and it is suitable for low cost seashore, nearshore cultivation. And this can be used as a self-help group, as a community level enterprise as well. And value-added opportunities are available for making different type of snacks by adding into various compounds, like different type of different type of mixtures, as well as other muruk type of varieties you can add, and edible products and snacks also you can make out of this by adding a controlled amount of compounds. So these are the nutritional overall picture of a nutritional profiling based on the literature for poly, and as you can see that it contains very high amount of proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates and crude fibers, whereas certain species contain very high amount of ash content. So we have to be very cautious when we are applying these products into the to making value-added food products. So these are some of the species available in our country, and you know that India has having a very huge huge species diversity. Some reports shown that India is having around 840 species, but latest reports shown that it is around 865 865 species of seaweeds are available, comprising 442 taxa of rhodophyceae, as well as 212 taxa of chlorophyceae and 211 taxa of phaeophyceae. And as we said earlier, Tamil Nadu is the highest diversity of seaweeds with 282 species. And Gujarat and Maharashtra contain the rest of the species. And Kerala, as per the study conducted in 2020, Kerala is having around 147 species available, of which a certain commercially important species are Gelidilla, Gracilleria for making agar, and certain species are Sargassum and Turbinaria is widely available, and Kappa ficus. And certain areas which we have shown it here are most abundantly available in Kerala. It is available in Vizhinjam and Koilan area, whereas in Tamil Nadu it is Gulf of Mannar and related Pudumadam, as well as Rameshwaram, Thuthukudi, Kilakare, and all the 21 islands of Gulf of Mannar biodiversity. It is available in abundantly. The wild catch is widely available. So coming to the market trends, these are the market trends. As I told you earlier, in earlier days, we were importing the dried seaweeds from China and Southeast Asian countries, and we are making the alginate and re-exporting, whereas agar as well as carrageenan also, of which the carrageenan is having a multi US dollar to 240 million because of its wider applications in dairy and confectionery, whereas in agar also mainly used for the microbiological, and alginate is the second in the market trends in Indian scenario, but the scenario is highly erratical because of the lack of steady supply of seaweeds. So let us hope that due to Pradhan Mantri Krishi Vigyan Yojana as well as PMMSY, we can have a very huge amount of seaweed supplements, seaweed seaweed raw materials, so that we can make different type of value-added products in our own native brand. So NFDB is supporting seaweed farming because of through various self-help groups. So there are different clusters have been formed. So these clusters will soon work out with different product development. So coming to seaweed value chains, normally the activities includes, nowadays we are harvesting the seaweeds so that the supply of seaweeds are very less. Another option is cultivating the seaweeds, which needs various activities. Like site selection is very important for the seaweed value chain, also seaweed cultivation, because when we are making a seaweed value chain, we need a steady supply of product continuously to make different value-added products. So coming to the primary production, we need the site selection, a calm area with the high amount of sunlight, a very high amount of sunlight and nutrients, and also with the less wave action is very much important. And another important factor is the steady supply of seed material, that is germplasm is very much important. And it also depends on what type of culturing practices which you are using, like rope or raft or PVC cultivation. And we have to adopt the sustainable harvesting practices, that is very much important. So the value chain development mainly based on the raw biomass. So as of now, the women self-help group, which are widely available in our southeast coast of India, they are cultivating they are cultivating and they are selling to 5 to 10 kg of freshly harvested seaweeds at a very lowest share of final product value. So the next stage is primary processing, wherein which you have to work out the quality of the product as well as shelf life. And suppose if you are making the alginate or other compounds, definitely you need to have a thorough washing in marine fresh seawater, and wherein which you have to remove the sand and salt and epiphytes. Because seaweeds will attract a lot amount of epiphytes that has to be removed occasionally. So once you harvest also, we have to wash the seaweeds and remove the sand, and sun drying, then we have to go for the drying. So normal case, the fisherwomen or the coastal fishers, they used to do the traditional drying in the lying on the seashore, which attracts a lot of maggots and other flies and all. So we have to adopt a mechanical dryers also, otherwise sun drying is possible, and then go into chopping and basic grading and storage. So this particular stage is very crucial. Otherwise, if the drying is very poor and the proper drying is not, then the quality of the material also will go very low, and the Just a minute. The quality also will go very low, and this quality, exact quality control begins in this particular thing, like how we are drying the product. So we have to convert the fresh biomass to a tradable dried product so that we can have a very good shelf life for the material. And coming to the secondary processing, that is, if we want to go for the extraction of secondary biomaterials rather than the biomolecules, we have to assort a different type of extraction process, wherein which we need a technocrat like the we need a technocrats like people those who are thorough with the microwave assisted extraction or ultrasound assisted extraction, or critical fluid extraction with the carbon dioxide, or pressurized solvent extraction, or the latest technology like enzyme assisted extraction. So based on the purity of the compounds, like purity, and based on the grading of the compounds, we can have the secondary products also, as well as the bioactive compounds like fucoid and alvan or laminarin or any other compounds. You can go ahead, and different type of extraction, as I said, which is very much capital intensive as well as skill intensive. Here we need to develop the manpower who are very thorough with we need a skilled manpower who are thorough with the different type of extraction, and we need a very high amount of infrastructure investment to make different type of products. Which means if you are making a product from the raw material to the secondary processing, you can double the, or you can increase the amount of the revenue 10 to 50 times when compared to the when you are selling the raw material or when you're selling the dried products. So there are different applications like food products, which we said, and fodder applications because of very high amount of different type of gibberellins and auxins and cytokinins, and medicines. There is a huge potential for medicines, and there is a lot of research is happening on the energy sources of biofuel extraction, and the rest of the residue is being used in the carbohydrates and all, which is used for the building biomaterials. So here we need an intervention of the ministry or the government for making the highly skilled manpower as well as the capital infrastructure for the fisherwomen. And the most simple method nowadays, which is being adopted in the last 3 to 4 years, is making different type of products like food products for the self-help groups, as well as for the primary by B2B businesses like seaweed-based snacks and fortified products, as well as functional beverages. And the other areas wherein which high investments are required is the nutraceutical industry, wherein which making of capsules and powders and tablets using different type of alginate and carrageenan based products, and cosmetic using the brown seaweeds like creams, face mask, and soaps, and the rest can be used for the liquid seaweed fertilizer. This and all should be in compliance with the statutory regulatory bodies which are available in our country, and safety stability protocols, as well as safety testing and different strategic procedure is very much important. So these are some of the bioactive compounds in presence in mainly in the brown seaweeds, because they contain different amount of dipeptides, fluorotannins, and alginate, fucoid, and laminarins, etc. And fucosterols also. These are mainly used from the certain species which are available in our coastal waters also. Daria and saccharina is available in our water. So they are having a wide range of immunomodulatory effects as well as health benefits, like they are reducing the hypertension as well as hypoglycemia, and it reduces inflammation, and it is a source for reducing the obesity as well as reducing the oxidative stress and liver fibrosis. And apart from the nutraceutical applications, it is the food industry attracts almost different compounds from alginate production, like from the sargassum and laminaria, because it is used for the condiments, like it is used for thickening and tissue improvement, and candies are for the making candies, different type of candies, stabilizing and thickening it is used, and for making different type of puddings, curing as a curing agent it is being used, and it is used as auxiliaries because for the processing different type of juices, and it is being added in the noodles and so many other products. also to reduce the gluten content, so that it will increase the tissue enhancement as well as cooking resistance, and to retain the crispiness also it is being used. And another important thing is rice paper. By adding into the glutinous rice paper, this can be added so the starch can be reduced, and we can increase the vitamins. So it improves the strength, the transparency and glows, and the folding resistance also it is imparting. And different type of bread products are being used for capacity increasing, hydration and tissue improvement. And for the clarifying of the beers and wines also it is being the sodium alginates are being used. And cold drink products also it is. And nowadays the caviars are being made from different type of seaweeds based on their pigments, as well as its capacity to make different type of alginated globules. So it is an alternative. Vegan caviar can be made from the alginate. Apart from that, this alginate is used for as a sizing agent in textiles, and for different type of binders and paper manufacturing, and printing, and soaps. Also, dental impressions and surgical threads also being used. As I told you, this brown seaweeds is widely used as a fertilizer, and because of the phytohormones and carbohydrates present in them, and it's shown to have the improve the percentage of seed germination, and tolerance of biotic and abiotic stress for the plants. It retains the moisture and soil structure also. It also increases the yield and the quality of the crops. That is another thing. The second is it is used as a fodder for cattle and poultry to replace the utilization of animal-based protein. And because you know that the smaller fishes are nowadays widely being used for the preparation of fish feed. So instead of that, we can use the fodder, our animal feed. So instead of that, we can use seaweeds as an alternative for that. And mineral extraction, because of the high amount of iodine in certain species, it is used for the mineral extraction and biofuels. As an anti-aging cream also it is used. And coming to the uses of red seaweeds for the human consumption, it is as a wrap it is being used. And dulse, it is a traditional nutrient-rich protein source in certain temperate countries. And Irish moss is a particular red seaweed which is used for as a thickener, and the industrial hydrocolloids also being used. These are the certain bioactive compounds which are available in the seaweeds. And these are some of the literatures which shows there are a lot of studies have been taken place during the last 5 to 10 years because of the bioactivity of the seaweeds, which contain different type of fats, minerals, polyphenols, and sterols, pigments, etc. And various compounds also being made out of this, like yogurts, milk crepes, cakes, and different type of wrappers. These are the certain studies which has happened in the last 5 years. So I just want to introduce certain species, certain products which are widely known to everyone. I mean, the common man know about the different type of Japanese products, and which are coming as an imported product to our supermarkets as well as hypermarkets also. And more and more, you can see that seaweeds which contain nori incorporated seaweed noodles soup from South Korea and Japan. So it is a layer type seaweeds mainly used from the Porphyra species. And we have tried a different type of flavors with the different Indian spice mix as well as masala flavors, adding with fish powders also. Different type of species are used in Japan. These flavors are mainly used for as a sushi wrap as well as for other compounds, and it is also used in custard powder to give the umami taste. And it is also used for making wine and instant soups as well as jams also. And it is also some studies have shown that it helps in the regeneration of RBCs, and decrease the risk of certain diseases like anemia and other disease. So this is quite common. Sushi wraps are quite common in many restaurants and different markets also as a chilled condition. So this wrap is very much important. And kombu is another compound which is say taken from brown seaweeds. It is mainly used in the preparation of salads and condiments, and which is contain. It is having a very high amount of umami, that is that sea taste. Seaweed CBD taste is known as umami taste, which because of the high amount of glutamic acid. And dried wakame is widely available in different countries and widely used in the Japan and China, and mainly from the seaweed species Undaria pinnatifida, and it is also used in for the as a side salad with tofu, soy sauce, soy products. It is used, and it contains very high amount of fucoidans and fucoxanthins. That is another thing. And seaweed yogurt, this is a particular product which is developed by ICSEAFT, and from the Sargassum whitey, which is the seaweeds which are available in our coastal waters, and it contains different type of dietary fibers, fats, and protein. And Chlorpa reciposa is used for the this yogurt is made with some use of from friendly microbes like Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus. And different type of cheeses are also made from by adding different type of seaweeds like Himanthala and Laminaria, and which is shown to have very high antioxidant property because of the it's associated with the total its phenolic compound. And certain studies have been taken place in our university as well by adding different type of seaweed enriched novel bread components from Kappa ficus as well as alva species because of the high amount of dietary fibers. So this is a value addition by adding 0.5% of Kappa ficus with other compounds. Another important opportunity which lies in the preparation of different type of noodles, which can be prepared by using various type of seaweeds. This is one of the seaweeds made from the Caulopa racemosa, which contain anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, anti-parasitic, and antioxidant properties. So concentrations can vary from 25% to you can increase the concentration, but we need to check the amount of vitamins and other minerals which are present in the seaweeds noodles. And this is a pasta taken from Caulopa racemosa, having a very good cooking qualities because it is gluten free. A study taken during the period of 2021, and it contains high amount of amino acid as well as antioxidant compounds. So different type of seaweed biscuits are tested by various researchers, which helps in supporting reducing the malnutrition among the children in our southeast coast, especially in Tamil Nadu. Some work has been done, and we are also tried with the seaweed biscuits in our Center of Excellence in Food Processing Technology, found to have a very high. It is having different increase in body mass index as well as the total weight and height of the students, and the height and weight of the children who have tested. And different type of cookies also being used in prepared by using certain type of seaweeds like alva intestinalis from Bangladesh coast, where it's shown to have sensory, phytochemical, nutritional, and fatty acid properties. And these are seaweed based soup mix powder, which contain different amount of seaweeds, agar, carrageenan, alva powder, and with normal other vegetables, which gives a very high amount of vitamins and other as well as minerals. And you can make a different type of seaweed powder, different seaweed based soup mix powders, which can be which can cater to the needs of commercial markets. And seaweed-based coffee powder is another invention using Sargassum whitey. Coffee infused with the different seaweed concentrations like 1% through 3% as well as 5%. And this can be used for the, some people may not be liking the flavor of seaweeds, but we can have coffee can also be mixed with the chicory can be mixed with seaweeds, so that the additional nutrients also will be added to this particular product. And certain studies have been done with seaweed incorporated patties, making it gives an overall acceptability of the chicken patties with 1% of salt and 4% seaweeds than the control. And it is known to have improved textural properties when compared to normal chicken patties. So seaweed sausages have been made by adding Sargassum, Kappa ficus alvarezi, and Caulopa lentilifera, which shown to have a high amount of which shown to have a lower moisture content and fat content, but high dietary fiber content in the seaweed meat sausage. So there are a lot of studies have been taken and by making a different type of surimi products also, by adding but to increase the gelling properties of the surimi, especially in the freshwater fishes, silver carp, hypophthalmitis monitrix, which shown to have lowering the TBRS value and reduce the moisture loss also in that particular surimi compound. We can make a different type of snack products like using alva species, and this is one such product of making made from the tilapia by adding the species 3% of dried alva intestinalis. So some studies have been taken place in by adding seaweed incorporated jerky, which is on comparable. There is a tuna jerky, somewhat similar to the beef jerky, which is widely available in American countries, South American countries. So it enriches the with a high amount of macro minerals as well as trace elements and improves the antioxidant and microbial activity. So we can make different type of flavor snacks also by adding. Which is shown to have a high total phenolic content and a radical scavenging ability. And muffins also have made with wheat flours as well as by incorporating Capaficus alvarezi. The seaweed grapes, porphyra, it is being used for the with the 10% gum arabic to reduce the obesity in certain studies when it has increased the antioxidant capacity as well as sensorily it is acceptable. Seaweed chocolate is another invention which have been done in using alba reticulata, and they have done the work in the adolescent girls who are anemic during the adolescent period. So it is shown to reduce the anemic condition in the adolescent girls. This is a work which is done in school children during the period during last 5 years. So a seaweed-based supplement milk is also another invention using the species Ascophyllum as well as Fucus vesiculosis. By adding various concentrations of seaweed, and it is shown to have antioxidant activity in this particular compound. There are variety of products like seaweed pickles, pakoda, and halwa is being made by various research organizations. And seaweeds can also used as seasoning agents in seaweed spices as well as it's a good source of vitamins because along with other seasoning, you can add the seaweed spices as well. And different type of porridges and jellies also made from porridge jelly jams and all we have made. And these are some of the experiments which we have conducted in our laboratory. We're using for the long-term preservation of fishery products by using a certain amount of species collected from the southeast coast of India. And these are the different, we have developed a different type of starch-based film using alvin species as well as sodium alginate and semi-refined carrageenan and alginate, which shown to have a very good shelf life in various products as well as better structural and biofunctional properties. So these are the different type of bio-nanocomposites prepared in using cellulose nanocrystals extracted from seaweeds. So we have tried with the different biodegradable films, starch-based films, agar-based films, and as well as seaweed cutlets and not seaweed cutlets. The cutlets wrapped with seaweed-based biodegradable plastics, and fish and shrimp nuggets wrapped with biodegradable films, which shown to have very high textural properties. These are some of the other products which are made in our laboratory using Caulerpa species as well as alba. That is sea grapes, that is Caulerpa, not porphyra. So Caulerpa species also we have used for making different type of seaweed soup powders enriched with fishes and seaweed pasta and noodles, which is shown to have a very high calorie as well as less fat content and very high protein content. So this has been tested with seaweed raw pasta as well as cooked pasta, which shown to have very high functional properties. And this particular product has been made in the seaweed pasta has been the particular design structures of seaweed pasta has been done with the Kerala Startup Mission, and which got the first prize in for the design of seaweed pasta labeling in Kerala Startup Mission 2024. So these are the other some of the products which have been made in our laboratory, like a seaweed Nutri-Bar and breads and seaweed jams and pickles, which is having very high commercial values. And we have developed this, we have released these products in technology release, and we are now the products are being made ready and standardized for commercialization of various for the technologies. And we have developed the seaweed fertilizer from Ficus alvarezi, and this alvarezi, and also certain products from Turbinaria ornata we have tested for the retinoblastoma cancer cell lines, which is shown to have very high anti-cancer properties. So let us coming to the challenges in developing these value-added compounds, because there are a number of constraints which are going to face entrepreneurs as well as the primary farmers as well as the self-help groups. The main thing is that the availability of raw materials and cultivation constraints, because for any product which we need to have make into the commercial market, we need to have a steady supply of high quality of raw seaweeds, which is currently lacking in India. Let us hope that in coming years, because of various schemes, we can have a steady supply of a wide variety of one particular seaweed species, so that we can have different type of products. And nowadays we are totally depending on a monoculture activity, like we are now totally depending on the single exotic species like Ficus alvarezi, because of the high faster growth rate of this particular species. But this particular species is highly prone to disease, because like ice disease is always happening with the Ficus in certain areas. And based on the climate fluctuations also, the growth rate also will get reduced, or the standard growth is seen in this particular culture. If we are totally depending on monoculture species dependency, if it is there. And another species which can be used for this the seaweed cultivation is the Grasslaria. But when compared to the Ficus, Grasslaria dura or Grasslaria edulis is shown to have a prolonged cultivation period. So that is also very much commercially not viable to the farmers. And suppose if somebody wants to have a germplasm and they wants to start the seaweed cultivation, it is the seaweed quality, the quality of good quality seeds are lacking, because that germplasm inventorization is one of the area where the researchers need to look into, because farmers nowadays they are using the fragments from different harvest, which in turn leads to the genetic degradation and lower yield over time. So that is the area in which we have to work on. And because in our country where there is a high seasonal variability, because we are having a very active monsoon cycle as well as the summer period also. So the farmers have to stop the seaweed cultivation during monsoon cycles. So that is one of the issue. Then we have to develop certain the indoors raceway cultures, as well as other advanced culture systems, indoor culture systems, to support this the steady supply of raw materials. And the rising sea temperature is also, if the sea temperature is high, also there is a chance for the standard growth and salinity changes. And ambient temperature, ambient salinity like 25 to 26 is very much essential for PPT is essential for seaweed cultivation. But that need to be ensured when we want to make a year-round production of seaweed cultivation, which is very difficult for a lot many industries. So that is why the industries are importing the seaweed, dried seaweeds from, or other raw seaweeds from other countries, Southeast Asian countries, and they are going for the secondary processing. Now, coming to the technological processing bottleneck is the advanced technologies are not available for going for the high valued products like hydrocolloids or agar or alginates. So it is a monopolistic in nature. Certainly, only very few companies are there who can develop the technology, who have adopted the technology from other countries. So our main problem with our seaweeds are having, because we are having our seaweeds are having very high amount of sulfate content, which is in turn reduce the gel strength. So we have to totally, which is less suitable for the high end of pharmaceutical products. So when compared to the imported varieties, so that is also one of the main constraint for the species. So we have to carefully choose other species like exotic species, which can be cultivated without compromising the sustainability of our ecosystem. And we have to cultivate this particular species in different species in our waters, in confined waters, so that it won't affect the coral reefs as well as our marine ecosystem. And now coming to the other challenge is the lack of processing infrastructure. Even though if we are having the processing, we are having enough amount of dried raw material also, the sophisticated processing units are lacking, who can extract the bioactive compounds without degrading them. So whenever we are exporting the low quality of agar, except for a few established units. High-end processing infrastructure is very much important. And another main factor is the waste management. The residues, whatever coming out of it, we have to think about making different valued compounds like cellulose, nanocrystals, or the residues have to be utilized for because a lot of other compounds are being discharged, which is not good for the ecosystem. So we have to develop the certain waste management protocols wherein which we can utilize completely. A circular economy can be established for the factory, like development of cellulose nanocrystals or nanofibers and nano compounds also out of this particular, after taking the primary compounds. And the third factor is the regulatory and policy hurdles, because as you know that we haven't just now, this last week only, the certain standards have been formulated by FSSAI. So this need to be for the culture of seaweeds by FSSAI as well as ZPEDA and other national agencies like CMFR and CIFT. So these particular guidelines need to be implemented in the in the preparation of food sources also, food products also. That is very much lacking nowadays. Anybody can use the seaweed raw material into any products, and they can sell it as per the standards now. So that is very much important. A clear-cut standard is very much important. That is one thing. And the second is leasing policies, like our terrestrial area, how we are leasing out. These type of leasing policies are not available right now in the case of maritime sector. There is no such sea space for allocated for farmers or individual stakeholders. So we need to have a sea space for cultivation. This is, we need to get the like permission from different block level bureaucrats as well as environmental like Ministry of Environment and Forest need to give the permission, as well as Fisheries Department need to give the permission, and Coast Guard need to give the permission. So these type of multiple bureaucratic delays will get need to be hastened, need to be avoided, so that the seaweed cultivation can be hastened in our coastal waters. And the second thing is that market and consumer barriers, because as you know that still it is considered an exotic product, and the people are very much reluctant to use it as a staple food like other countries like Indonesia or Japan or Thailand. So a high promotion is very much required, and because of its strong smell and unfamiliar umami taste, poses a great challenge for the promotion of seaweeds, edible seaweed products, other than so this type of consumer barriers are very much there that need to be changed. And supply chain inefficiency, there is a massive gap in the coastal farmers and end user industry. Those farmers are at the lower end, and the end user industry is far beyond the reach of the local men, especially cosmetic, pharma, or food industries. So high logistic cost is there. So the middleman is gaining more amount of in between. So the from the farming side to the industry, transporting is very much. Very much difficult. So the middleman is gaining more amount of money. So this will in turn reduce the profitability to the primary stakeholders. So, as you know that there are different subsidies are now in place during this particular period, that is 2000 to 2025. There's funding pattern for the capital to reduce the capital burden for the farmers as well as entrepreneurs. So, 40% of subsidy for the general category individuals as well as groups have been given, and 60% of subsidies for women, SC/ST, and women and cooperative societies. So, under the Central Fisheries Ministry, there is a Central Cooperative Society promotion scheme is there, where in which the cooperatives the farmers can make the cooperatives and they can directly get the funding. But there is a steady supply, and this particular the ministry will support for the export of value-added products. So 60% of subsidy is given for the cooperatives, and certain areas like union territories like Lakshadweep, because it is one of the cluster, 100% of central assistance is being provided for the women. And a specific unit cost, like this unit cost will cover the cultivation cost, like what type of raft which you want to use, like a PVC raft or CV rafts. Per unit price also being given, the 3,000 per bamboo raft, and monolines or tube nets. If you want to deploy, the amount is around 8,000 rupees per tube net as well as monolines. So this application needs to be provided to the State Fisheries Department or to an NFDB through different state agencies. So this particular year, that is 2025, the Central Ministry has created various 34 clusters, and seaweed is one of the major cluster of cluster for the promotion of seaweeds. And Lakshadweep is the major cluster in which women empowerment and sustainable livelihood 134 lakhs have been spent. And in the Tamil Nadu, there is a multi-purpose seaweed park is going to come in Varamavur in Ramanathapuram for the seaweed cultivation as well as seaweed germplasm research center, and seaweed value addition unit for food and medicine manufacturing. 127 crores have been allocated, and whereas Gujarat, certain other regions like Gujarat and the seaweed extracts for agriculture biostimulants are being done, whereas pilot projects are being taken place in Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Andaman Nicobar Islands. So through the seaweed clusters also, a lot of self-help groups are getting benefited. So these are the major players now. As I told you, these are the major players. Very few major players are there in the seaweed sector, like C6 Energy. They are working with a different type of farmings, and Zero Circle are sustainable development of seaweed products. And Aquagri is mainly focusing on the biostimulants as well as plant growth hormones and biofertilizers. And Stamp Alginate, they are working with different type of alginate based compounds. And Samudrika Lakshana, they are mainly into the cosmetics and other handicrafts in other industries. Especially they are focusing on the cosmetic industry. And Maron hydrochloride, one of the largest in the world, in which they are exporting. They are importing the products, importing the seaweeds, and they are making different type of products, and they are exporting. They are one of the largest companies in the world. Maron hydrochloride is located in Kochi. So these are the major players. So thank you so much for giving an opportunity to express, because this is a vast area where in which we can have a 1 week session only for the seaweeds, because seaweeds are having that many applications, including the biofuels or the food applications, as well as pharmaceutical applications, as well as nutraceutical and pharmaceutical applications. So I feel that this 1 hour is somewhat useful to you, and thank you, Manage, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the very informative session on seaweed-based value-added products, and clearly explaining the importance of seaweeds and their wide range of applications and the opportunities they offer in the sustainable development and entrepreneurship. We truly appreciate your time and sharing the valuable insights with us, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. Now, participants who have any questions may kindly raise your hand or unmute yourself to ask, and you can also post your questions on the chat box. One person has asked, what is the maximum amount of the subsidy limit?
That's what I told. If it is a cooperative society, you can go up to 60% of subsidy, or if it is a women and through some specialized sector, you can have 100% of subsidy. So it varies, and there are more schemes are going to get launched in the within 11 new schemes are going to get launched before March. So please approach your nearby fisheries department or the agencies or NFDB directly through state fisheries department, so that you will get a good lot of information from them.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you can.
Hello, ma'am. Rohan here.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. The question was, means 60%, 40%, is it okay? But what is the maximum amount? Means 10 lakh, 1 lakh, 2 lakh? What is the subsidy amount that is maximum permissible in
It
this?
depends on what you want to do. You want the cultivation, or you want to make a sales outlet, or you want to establish a particular secondary processing industry. It is like that. It varies. Suppose if you want to have a particular as a cooperative society, I can tell you certain incubation centers, they are providing all the equipments free of cost for the cooperatives of at least 10 people in a cooperative society. For the extraction of agar and all, they are giving the entire equipments free of cost. They will give you training, as well as they will give you the support, technical assistance as well. Say, for example, the fisheries incubator of ICSCFT through SCST supplant, they are giving 100% of subsidy. In the meantime, I just want to pass on this information that Kerala University of Fisheries and Ocean Studies, we are going to launch an international symposium that is during 5 6 7 on seaweed value chains and circular economy. There are different technical sessions. There is a business meet as well as farmers meet also. And there is an expo with the Ministry of Fisheries. ICSCFT is giving a training for all the farmers, and not only for cultivation, CMFRI as well as NCSCM and CSM CIRI also partaking in this particular event. And the first day will be on the farmers meet. The students also can participate, and we will be giving training for you to the cultivation of seaweeds, as well as value addition and the marketing, different type of schemes. NABARD is coming, as well as other bankers also coming, so you can have a direct interaction with them. So we request you to participate, and you can contact the manage, as well as you can contact directly to me to know further details about this.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
We Navadini from Tamil Nadu, Dr. Jayalalitha
Yes, sir.
University, the program director for MBA and BBA program in Fisheries Enterprises Management. Professor, I would like to know about what are the, entrepreneurial opportunities available in this.
Regarding seaweeds, you are talking about, sir?
Yeah, seaweed. We
Sir,
are talking. We also have some innovations in our university, but still we have to take it for commercialization. So can you clarify those areas where we can go ahead, and how we can import some motivational skills, particularly for our MBA and BBA skills? We are offering AICT approved 4 years BBA program in Fisheries Enterprises Management, and a 2 years MBA program, which is also approved by AICTE in Fisheries Enterprises Management.
Okay, anyway, nice to know that you are doing a lot of activities, because I feel that once they because they can go for as a jointly, they can go for a seaweed farming also, which is happening in widely in Nagapattinam and other area, Tondi and other areas. That is one opportunity, and they can go for the value addition also. Because we are also planning with the Ministry of Fisheries one MOOC course on seaweed farming. Seaweed, for not only seaweed farming and value addition, as well as entrepreneurship. So this is directly being funded by Ministry of Fisheries, Government of India.
Yes.
So we are going to start this particular program. It is a MOOC program in which theoretical aspects will be taken through online application, whereas the centers will be various research centers. The clusters will be used for the practical oriented training. So very soon we will be advertising the same in our university website also.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, Taufin has asked, ma'am, is there any identification key or manual to identify different type of seaweeds?
You can go to the algae base. That is the world repository of seaweed cultivation, and there are so many publications from CMFRI also. So please go to the website algae base so that you can get the entire identification key.
Thank you, ma'am. Keertan has asked, who do we contact if we need more information on the extraction of biocompounds from the different seaweeds?
So you cannot extract all the compounds from all the seaweeds. So you have to target on one particular compound where in which there is having commercial application as well as the extractability. The ease of extractability is also one of the main concern. So that extraction process you need to be thorough with, and you have to know the particular targeted seaweed which you are looking for is contain this particular compound in how much amount is available, and what are the protocols which you have to do. Then you search for the papers, then you approach the people. That is the one way, because you can approach ICSCFT, you can approach QFOS, you can approach other national agencies like NCSCM. NCSCM is not working with extraction of compounds, but the CIFT is working with the extraction of compounds, as well as QFOS is also working with the compounds. And you can even approach a ICSCM FRA also. So it all depends on which particular compound you are looking for.
Thank you, ma'am. If there are no further questions, we can conclude today's session. On behalf of MANAGE-FISHub, I sincerely thank our esteemed speaker for sharing her valuable insights, and all the participants and the organizing team members for their active participation and support. We look forward for your continued engagement in the upcoming sessions of FISHTech webinar series. Before we conclude, I would like to inform you about the next session scheduled tomorrow on 28th January by Dr. Abhilash Sasidharan, Assistant Professor, Department of Fish Processing Technology, Kerala University of Fisheries and Ocean Studies, will deliver a session on value-added fish products. Thank you all for joining us and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Archana, for hosting this wonderful event, and we are very happy to know that QFOS is the first university who have come into a collaboration with MANAGE for initiating this FISHTech webinar. So very happy to know that, and I express my sincere gratitude to Sharavana Raj sir for the continuing support as well as collaboration, because last week we have conducted 2 programs. One is aquapreneurship with an offline program, 1-day national event, and this 10-day program with your team. Thank you, Santosh, and thank you, Archana, once again, and thank you all participants for your patient listening. Thank you.
Thank you.